What's going on, everybody? It's RF Mike. You're going to hear some extra noises in the background. I've got my fence being worked on. But I want to make a quick video about the ARTIC tumblers here. As you can see, there's a white one here on the left. I have my black one here on the right. That's a matte black ARTIC, as you can see. They're loaded on the bottom, imprinted on the bottom, logo on the side. I had a couple people ask me, hey, what do you think about them now that you've used them for X amount of months? How are they holding up? How are they doing? They are holding up pretty good. Physically, appearance-wise, on the matte black, you can see there is pretty much no scratches on this, no blemishes to it. This matte black has held up really well. It's done well. These handles are by ARTIC as well. They are ARTIC branded handles. And then I have ARTIC lids that came with this. One thing to keep in mind, I know Yeti has dropped their prices on their tumblers down to about 40 bucks. You can find them in some places, such as Big R and other spots. So that's not bad. But for $50 for the original cost of a Yeti, I got both this black ARTIC, the powder coat white ARTIC, and these are both 30 ounces, plus the ARTIC lids and handles, all for $50 total. That was ordered, shipped, sent to my house from Texas. Had them within like 2-3 days. Not too bad. So you can get, they do come with basic lids, but you can order these lids as extras from ARTIC. They're only like $3 really, a lid. That's not bad, being the slider lids with the extra wide mouth for straw usage. They work really well, and these handles have held up amazingly. I know a few people that have, a few other friends that have gotten them into using tumblers, and they've gotten a single handle that doesn't have another grip on the bottom, and it's kind of flimsy. I'm like, dude, you should have got a handle that's properly made to hold the top and bottom portion of the tumbler. So they work good. Insides internally here, as you can see, really no staining of any kind. You can see they're holding up well. The insides aren't getting too scratched and scuffed and stained up. Here's my wife's. I just washed hers out. On the white one, I will say, let's flip around to the back side, and you will see, yes, there is a blemish right here that you can make out where it's scratched and rubbed up against something. So the powder coat white can get scratched up if you are not careful. I don't know if this was due to her tumbler rubbing against another tumbler or rubbing on something in her car or whatever. You don't see that on my black one. Another thing to keep in mind, the base of these is a smidge wider than your standard Yeti, as you can see. So depending on your vehicle, you might have trouble fitting these in a cup holder. Most cup holders in vehicles nowadays are really wide mouth cup holders, and they have like rubber sleeves kind of to help keep everything straight. Whether it's a small cup you're putting in or a big one, the sleeves will expand and help hold the cup in place. So you shouldn't have much of an issue with these. But that is something to keep in mind if you have an older vehicle. Inside my Nissan Pathfinder, these don't fit at all in the cup holders in the front. I have a cup holder that slides out in the back from the center console. They fit perfectly fine back there, but my cup holders in the center console in the front don't. My Yeti one works perfect, but like I said, no stainage in those. Inside these ones, I actually do have a stain. You can see this is actually stained up quite a bit inside the Yeti, and you can see the scratch lines from inside, from where maybe I used too rough of a brush one time or too rough of a green pad to clean that out. But yeah, the Yeti has actually stained on the inside. Outside wise, still looks good. When it comes to your drinks, keeping things hot and cold, a Yeti still outperforms keeping things warm. I'd say at least an hour longer. But the ARTICs do well. If you're not somebody that's going to sip on your coffee and take literally 8 hours or 6 hours to drink your coffee, if you can drink your coffee and be done with it within like 3 or 4 hours, the ARTICs will do just fine. You're doing just fine with spending the money on those versus buying a stainless steel Yeti, or even trying to find a special powder coated colored version of a Yeti is still more expensive than picking up an ARTIC. So that is my thoughts on it. If you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. Again, this is RF Mike. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.